Hello, my name is Fisher Lees. I'm a physician informaticist with DHS Enterprise Clinical Informatics and an internal medicine doc at LA General. And in this brief video, you will see the basics of chart review and documentation using what Cerner calls workflow MPages. This is our recommended workflow for efficient chart review and documentation. The first time you use the MPage, there's a one-time setup step. Open your patient's chart and click the side menu activity with the suffix view or summary. It may be called Provider View, ED Summary, or something similar. If you don't have your specialty's workflow MPage at the top, add it with the plus button. Drag the tab to the left so it becomes your default. We recommend unpinning the blue menu to maximize screen space. You should be able to access everything you normally use from this new workflow without having to use the blue menu. Scroll down to the documentation components, which are at the bottom and start with 2 hyphens. Click on Subjective HPI. In the top right, you will see a right arrow button. Click it to move it to the right side. Do this with all the documentation components. Don't worry about the order of the note for now. That is all handled downstream by the DynDoc. Just set up your MPage for your own ease of use. In the sidebar, you can drag and drop components to match your workflow. For example, if I want to drag lines, tubes, and drains near required documentation so that I can view it when filling out a power form, I just drag and drop. You can also add or remove components by clicking the hamburger button at the top right of the MPage. For example, if I wanted to hide the allergies component, I could uncheck it and then click on the MPage to save my changes. As you gather information, document in the right column. Add encounter diagnoses to the problem list to take advantage of time-saving documentation tools. All problems marked "This Visit" will pull into your assessment and plan. The numbers on the left set the order your problems will appear in the assessment and plan. To lump related problems together, set the numbers in the order you would lump problems if you were typing free text. Then, enter your problem-based assessment and plan into the lowest box. Any blank boxes will vanish when you create your DynDoc, leaving your assessment and plan at the bottom of your lump of problems. Note that this is my copy of the patient's problem list. I can set which problems are active from my point of view, and a consultant can choose a different set of problems for their team, and my list will not conflict with their list. In the Documents component, select the appropriate lookback and filter to find your document of interest, and then click on it to see the reading pane. You can tag directly from the reading pane with drag and drop. The Patient Timeline Medications component is traditionally known as the MAR. If you ever want to see the old view, component headers provide shortcuts to other areas of the chart. To quickly resume your MPage workflow, click the back button at the top left. For the Labs component, the default view is the Flowsheets view, which is time-based. An alternative is the ambulatory view, which may display results more compactly over longer time ranges. Be aware, however, that the temporal spacing of results is no longer preserved between rows and columns, as it is in the Flowsheets view, so extra attention must be paid to timestamps in this view to avoid misinterpretation. Clicking a row displays a graphical trend. The MPage Labs component supports tagging to save time and avoid note bloat. I can tag a subset of pertinent labs, which will hang out in the tags bucket until I create my DynDoc, after which they will automatically appear in the Labs section. The Diagnostics component allows for viewing of diagnostic studies, like radiology and EKGs. Order Profile allows you to review orders. Here, I would recommend clicking on the section title to jump to the orders activity, where you have full ability to modify orders. Remember, once you're done, hit the back button. Autosave of your documentation components occur every 30 seconds. Otherwise, a save button is available. What you write in the text boxes will be saved there, even if you close the chart. But until you use one of the Create Note links in the bottom left, the text is in a pre-note state and will not yet appear in your Saved Documents section of Message Center. Once your documentation components are filled, you are ready to pull them into a note. At the bottom of the MPage, under the Create Note section, click the note type you want to create. This will load the appropriate dyndoc and import the MPage contents. This route also spares you from having to hunt down the correct note type and dyndoc from a long list. All that work is handled behind the scenes and embedded in the link. Review your note and make any further edits directly on the dyndoc. Do not delete vanishing tips or empty sections. These cannot easily be re-added if the need arises, and both will vanish on their own when the note is signed, so just leave them be. Click Save if you plan to finish your note later. This note will not yet be visible to others. When finished, sign your note and choose your co-signers if you are a trainee. Remember to select Sign, not CC Review, or the note may get sent back to you. After signing, I return to the MPage. I see that my documentation components are now empty, but the content is not lost. Rather, it is present in the dyndoc which I signed. That concludes our brief orientation to workflow MPages. We hope that the MPage becomes your hub for providing excellent patient care with fewer clicks.